Hello, you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. I am super excited to share this video with you all today. I'm gonna be talking about and giving my honest, thorough review of the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. All these foundations are such a mouthful of names, but that's what we're gonna be talking about today, the Hydromaniac Tinted Hydrator. And I tried it different ways, different application methods, did some wear tests for you guys, and I have some overall thoughts and opinions about this foundation. So if you want to see that, that is what we're doing in this video. By the way, if you are new to my channel, new to my face, my name is Ashley Alex, and I would love it so much if you would consider subscribing at any point in time in this video by hitting that little red button down below. Make sure your bell is tapped also, that way you get notified when I do post more videos, which is 3 times a week, all cruelty-free, beauty-related, and also some lifestyle videos as well. And since we're talking about it, you can come over and get social with me over on some social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all those places. Check me out at Ashley Alex. But I'm ready to get down to this review and let you guys know if it's something you need to check out or something you should pass on. So let's jump into it. If that sounds all good and dandy to you, then you know what to do. Sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Beep! Okay, so first of all, what is this product supposed to be all about? So Urban Decay calls it their Stay Naked, so part of their Stay Naked line, Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. So from what I'm seeing in all the descriptions and everything, it doesn't quite seem like a tinted moisturizer and it doesn't quite seem like a foundation. It seems like it's almost a blend of the two, which sounds really awesome to me. So you kind of almost get like the benefits of a tinted moisturizer with the glow aspect. It's supposed to give like a 24-hour hydration effect, and you get a little bit more coverage like you would with a foundation because it claims to have a medium coverage. So it sounds all good and dandy. It retails for $29 and it looks like it's available now at Ulta and Sephora and of course Urban Decay website. And it's a standard like 1.1 ounce size. So I really honestly right off the bat have to say I like that price point a lot better for an Urban Decay foundation style thing. They could have definitely priced it what they usually do around like $39. So $29, I can get on board with that. I can, definitely. So you know me, and I don't like to just do like a first impressions one and done foundation type of review. I like to test it out and get my feel for it ahead of time. So yesterday, I actually tried it in 2 different ways for you guys. On one side of my face, I applied it with my fingertips, and on the other side, I applied it with a sponge. And I have to say, I really enjoyed both application methods. With my fingertips, I got a very light coverage. It seemed to even out my skin tone and texture a little bit and smooth out my pores and blurred a little bit, which when I went to read up on this little hydrator guy, it says it's supposed to do that. So I was really happy with that. Same thing with the sponge. I got a little bit more coverage with the sponge, of course, and I just really love the glow and the dew that it's giving my skin. Now I'll show you what those application methods look like under my studio lighting. So first, here's my skin before all of that, and then of course after. And again, it's just looking really nice. And I did light makeup that day. I didn't want to apply too much. I wanted to keep it light and fresh because that's kind of what I feel like this foundation is all about, or foundation, whatever you, tinted hydrator, whatever you want to call it. I just used my Tarte Quench Primer, which I'm going to use again today. And then my setting products, I just use a little bit of setting powder underneath my eyes and like the pore zone, basically the areas that usually will start to get too oily or wear down on me. And I thought it applied really nicely. Blushing products went on top really well. Everything just looked really well. I was really impressed, and it's hard to impress me on a first day foundation, especially using my fingertips or a sponge, which like almost never works out for me. So I have a hard time finding lightweight or medium coverage products that look like my skin but better, and it's like super simple. You know what I mean? Like I always have to do so much to make it look like I'm not wearing makeup. So for this to perform the way it did yesterday, and I'll show you what it looked like after 4 hours in natural lighting because that was the only time of day that the sun peeked out, I thought it looked really good, and I was really impressed. So I'm really optimistic about the application method today. I want to try it with a brush just to see like how much coverage can we get with this? How almost flexible is it? Like, can we get different style wears with this? Because the more ways we can use it, the better. Like the more versatile it is, the better. So I'm really hopeful. We're gonna try that. I'm gonna use the same primer I used yesterday because that seemed to work out really well, which is the Tarte Quench Primer. So let's slap that on real quick. It seems to be like a silicone base foundation. So basically any kind of maybe hydrating primer if you want to use a hydrating one that has a little bit of silicone in it, should pair pretty nicely. But yeah, I seriously, if you watch my channel, you know that I have dry skin, first of all, so maybe that's why, I don't know. My pores almost like suck in the product too much, and then it makes this like weird spotted, dotted pore effect that just doesn't look good. You could tell that you're wearing makeup, you know, and that happens with tinted moisturizers, which is so weird that that happens. You would think it would be fine, but this seems like it might be a nice balance. So I'm really hopeful. Hopefully everything goes well in this round, but at the very least, I know going forward, I can use it with my fingertips and sponge and it'll look really beautiful, in my opinion. I loved that glow, and it didn't look too glowy throughout the day. Like, I was kind of like, okay, this is looking really glowy. It doesn't look oily. You know, some hydrating and dewy products can turn out to be like way too oily. This one, it didn't. It just looked pretty much the same all day, which was wild. It was even kind of like humid yesterday, and it stayed the same. So I loved that. So I have lots of discoloration on the sides of my cheeks, but I know not everybody does. So what I'm gonna do for this brush test is on one side of my face, I'm gonna cover up my discoloration to see how that looks. And then on the other side of my face, I'll keep it regular so that way you can see how much coverage you're getting with a brush. Because yesterday with my fingertips and sponge, I felt like it was more of a light, maybe medium coverage almost. I want to see if I can get a true medium out of it today, you know? I'm just gonna pop this on really quick. This is just the Kosas concealer. Pull that out. Now for the foundation, I'm just grabbing this little angled flat kabuki brush, but just a plain flat one, doesn't have to be angled. Whatever kabuki brush you want to use, that's what I'm going to be doing today. Oh, by the way, I got the shade 30 Light, which is like a light neutral. So if you are typically my shade, which is like a light neutral, this one seems to be working out pretty well. I did have to stop by a store to pick this up, and they had all of the shades out. And I liked that Urban Decay put it in this packaging so you could see what the foundation looks like, since we're not able to swatch things right now, you know? Yeah, that's just going on so nicely. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll be Urban Decay. You might have got a winner here. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm really enjoying this. Let's pop that over that concealer now. It does say too that if you want to cover up anything, they recommend putting the concealer on underneath the foundation. I usually only do that where I have this coloration, but yesterday I didn't use any concealer at all. Today I will go in after and just conceal a couple little areas like around my eyes and stuff, because I want to see how the foundation wears, you know, and performed and looked and all of that. Oh my gosh. I have gotten a confirmation text from my doctor's office for my baby doctor every day this week. That's a lot. You either get like no confirmation text or you get all of them. There's no in between. Okay, that is looking so nice. And so many times when I apply my foundation, I'm like, I gotta put on my topping products to see how I like it, you know? But I like it instantly. It blended so nice with the brush too. It looks really glowy on my skin, like really glowy. And wow, my skin looks super hydrated. I don't have any weird pore issues going on. This is like my third foundation review already for the year, and it's only like the first week of January. I've done the Bare Minerals, you know, the new Bare Minerals foundation. I just did the e.l.f. CC Camo. Now this one, out of all three instantly, this one is already the top, the best one. And I'm really liking that. Wow. So this is the side without any of the concealer underneath. You'll see it's definitely like a medium coverage now. Yesterday was more light, maybe medium with the beauty sponge. And this side has the concealer. So this is like what I'm more comfortable with, what I like to do. But with that being said, I liked how it looked yesterday without much. When I just want to like run out the door, I could throw it on really quickly. And it looked so good. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of concealer under my eyes since I'm going for more of that medium coverage today. I'm gonna go for the Tarte C Hydro C concealer and the Kosas combo. I usually do that when I want a nice hydrating look to my skin. So I'm not gonna over apply it. Actually, I'm not. Hopefully. Just put some right here. I really don't think I need it anywhere else since it's pretty even. It's a pretty even medium, and if I apply it anywhere else, it'll be too full coverage. So let's just apply under the eyeballs. And I think I'll be able to use one of my liquid blushes today and it might look real nice. So let's do that too. So I got my CoverGirl Cream Blush from the Clean Fresh line in Ripe and Ready, and I'm just gonna pop some of that on the back of my hand. I have a little damp beauty blender that I like to use to blend this out, because you need to shear this out a little bit. It has a lot of pigment to it, and I just wanna apply a little bit right up here. That is really nice. So if you wanna keep that glowy look, you can go in with your cream topping products for this, and I think that that is gonna be such a nice combo. I know I haven't finished yet, but you guys, I rarely like foundations like right off the bat. And I mean, this isn't even right off the bat. This is another test that I'm doing, and having had it go so well yesterday, I'm shocked. I'm excited. Now, just like yesterday, I'm gonna do some very minimal setting because I don't want to take too much of the glow away, but I cannot stand like the feeling of foundation on my face, you know, like especially when it has some like stick to it. So I'm just gonna go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder so I keep that glow, you know, and I'm gonna focus it just in the areas that I know basically that will drive me crazy if it still has a wet feeling. Also, the areas that will kind of roll with my concealer. So right under here for the eyes. And a little bit on the forehead, down the nose, around the corners of the nose. Basically just that middle area. And then I'm not even re-dipping it. I'm just gonna gently press it. And honestly, it's just to take away the tacky layer, you know? That's just something that just drives me crazy. That's a personal preference, but I cannot stand it. Okay, so that is that. Let me go do the rest of my makeup, my eyes, my hair, everything, and then we'll jump back on here. We'll see how that all looks all completed, and then we will do a wear test today to see how it looks. Yesterday, the wear test went fine. Like I said, everything looked great at the end of the day, and I wore it for well over 8 hours. It was a humid day. Everything looked exactly how it did when I applied it. So I'm happy. But let's see how it goes today. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so all of the makeup is all done, all completed. I threw a couple little topping products on top and everything went on still really well. So I put a little bit of powder, bronzer, and blush and highlight, did everything else, and everything's still looking really good. I do think using the brush helped me get more of that medium coverage that they're describing, and I really like both sides, where I concealed first and where I didn't. I'm really enjoying the versatility of this foundation. I have a hard time finding foundations that I can use that work well with my fingertips or a beauty sponge or a brush and just have that versatility, and I'm really enjoying that. Not a full coverage foundation, but that's not what it claims to be. But I will show you what this medium coverage with a brush looks like under natural lighting so you can see that a little bit better. I know the beauty lights can sometimes blow everything out a little bit. So you'll see that I still have that glow to my skin that I'm really enjoying from this foundation, but I'm not getting any kind of weird texturing. My pores just look like normal pores. I'm not getting any speckled spotting weirdness. It's not emphasizing. It just overall looks really, really nice. Like I said before, it is like so hard to impress me right off the bat with a foundation, and already I am really enjoying this and I cannot wait to use it more. I'm not sure how this is gonna look for oily skin, but for my dry skin, then this is working out really, really well, and I'm really enjoying that. It's totally that perfect balance between that tinted moisturizer type of look, but a little more oomph to it and more like a foundation. So the perfect balance. Urban Decay, they're knocking it out of the park on this one. I'm really, really, really liking it, but we need to see how this wears in this level, if it wears any differently. Hopefully everything looks really good, but let's check it out and see how it looks after 8 hours. Okay, so it's been about 10 hours now. I usually do an 8-hour wear test, but time kind of ran away from me today. We were super busy, but this is how everything is looking. You can see that it did rub off on my nose up here and there. I was wearing a mask for a little while today, so that might have been what happened, but nonetheless, it's not mask proof, so there you go. But yeah, everywhere else is looking pretty good, and you'll notice I'm not oily or shiny or anything, and being a glow hydrating type of product, that's really awesome. Maybe those of you with oily skin might like it too, maybe. I don't know. If you've used it and you have oily skin, let us know down below in the comments, but yeah, that is what everything is looking like. I'm still happy with it. Not crazy strong staying power necessarily, but I still like the way my skin looks, and it's not doing any weird patching or like weirdness. It's just rubbed off in those areas, which I wasn't surprised. Okay, you guys, that is pretty much it for my quick little review. Trying it 4 different ways. Yeah, trying it 4 different ways. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If this is something that you want to pick up and check out yourself, or if it's a pass for you. I would love it so much if you would consider subscribing before you go so you don't miss out on my future videos, which I usually post about 3 times a week, all beauty and lifestyle related and all cruelty free as well. You can also get some extended content from me over on my social media channels, such as TikTok and Instagram, Twitter, all of those places. And I do try to do updated, things. If I change my thoughts and opinions, I try to update you guys on there as well. But that is it. And until next time, I hope that every single one of you have a great, freaking, awesome, wonderful, beautiful, happy day. Okay? Bye.